2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Doris Burke. Also joining us from the sidelines, David Aldridge. To Philadelphia. And boy, they really got humiliated at home. They got flat out dominated in that game, guys.
Painful to watch, guys. You could see their frustrations mounting, unable to get into any kind of a rhythm whatsoever.
I thought they were outworked and outplayed in just about every phase of the game. Maybe that's one of those situations where you say, hey, let's move on.
A look at the San Antonio Spurs opening lineup. They've got ABC. Big Daddy is out there with Harris. And it's prime time. And it's Captain Clutch in at the force line. And it's denied. Red Hot the pass to the Bulldozer. Here's Red Hot. Cans it from downtown. Some talent for sure in the backcourt tonight, Greg. Did it ever add anything for you playing across from another top-level guard?
Oh, it always raises the stakes, and you want to rise to that challenge. But in the end, it all comes back to winning as a team.
And it's plugged out.
And how about just floating to the rim on that slam?
Boy, when he gets up, I mean, he gets up. And they're bringing you up close and personal on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Knocked loose. And the pass to Big Daddy. No good that time. And Kansas City will go the other way with it. Pass to Red Hot. Here's Tubb, and the layup's good off the glass. And that'll tie this game up.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rag. And where's the help defensively?
To me, that's a complete lack of communication on that side of the ball. These guys need to be talking to each other.
Defense doesn't get much better than the mobile one block we just saw on replay.
And an early swat like that can really set the tone. Now the shooters will be feeling his presence.
Didn't think that was going to go in. Captain Clutch's got 5.
Good way to start this game. You want to get him rolling as early as possible.
He's a guy who, if he gets hot, he can carry your offense for long stretches.
And that's rocking the rim. Give him the 2 points and tack on some for style.
Oh, he deserves them. He deserves all the points he can get there. Sensation. There's Big Daddy. The Knights making their last shot. Good. And Harris gets the assist. Big Daddy's got his second bucket.
I'll tell you, sometimes it's easier to hit the target with a bounce pass. That's perfectly done.
Prince, the pass to Red Hot. Another 3 for Kansas City.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
And San Antonio calls the first time out of the game. They come into this having outplayed Phoenix the last game.
Yeah, and in that game, you see how they built out this roster, acquiring role players who can step up when needed.
And that's exactly what happened. Guys came off the bench ready to play. The offense didn't miss a beat.
And it's a completely new group here for Kansas City. So San Antonio going with an almost entirely new group here. ABC's checked in for prime time. Big Daddy comes in for Captain Clutch. Big Daddy's checked in for ABC. And it's Red Hot in for Big Daddy.
Yeah, nice, strong finish there. Nearly a 3-point opportunity.
Kansas City shooting their first free throws here for the night. And the first one at the line is good. Big Daddy's checked in for Harris. He hits both from the stripe.
And it's been a really good day for him at the line. Some other bigs have well-documented problems on their free throws. He's not one of them.
Here's Vanderbilt. And yes, it's good.
Yeah, going hard to the rack, making a statement here early on.
And this is why you get the ball into his hands, letting him establish the pace and rhythm of the game.
Outside Butler and out of bounds as the Spurs gain possession.
Well, when you're careless with the basketball, you can expect that to happen.
Here's Weatherspoon, and it's in after a nice bounce off the right side.
This guy is a pick-your-poison kind of player. Very hard defensively to cover all your bases with him.
Here's Thunder, and there's the drive. It's deflected. Norman, and he dunks it down. 50 seconds left to play here in the first. Passes it to Weatherspoon. He was all alone on that one.
And this game already taking shape as an offensive battle.
Well, the fans love it. Coaches may not like the lack of defense, but boy, the rules promote scoring, no doubt.
And it's out of bounds to the Knights. They'll retain possession. .34 seconds left to play in the first. No good on the quick three. Spurs leading by 4. ABC passes to Weatherspoon. Beyond the arc. And again, it's San Antonio with a 3.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Now the pass to Shorty. Got it. Good job in the low post.
Yeah, I love the communication and the chemistry between those teammates.
They get a hand on it. And he goes in for the dunk.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
At the end of the day, though, it's 2 points. Don't hang your heads. Let's get refocused and play with more patience.
Both teams have it going here early and still close through the first quarter. It's the Spurs. They lead by 3. And we'll be back with you for the start of the second quarter when we return. And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And taking a look at San Antonio's performance here, what do you think they've been doing or not doing?
Impressive start. They came in with a well-conceived game plan and have executed.
What terrific work at the offensive end. They have built some early momentum here.
Butler out there with prime time. Then it's Shorty, then it's Thunder, and it's ABC in at the shooting guard position. And for the Spurs, they've got Red Hot. ABC is out there with Big Daddy, and it's Big Daddy, and it's Big Daddy in at the point. And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. Setting the floor for Kansas City. They've got Thunder. Prime time is out there with Butler. And it's ABC, and it's Shorty in at the 5, roaming the paint. And the shot is good. The Spurs lead has been cut down now to just 4 points with the basket from ABC. Here's Butler. Whistle blows. Bucket is good. And he'll have a chance at the line to make it a 3-point play.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
And Kansas City will go for a different look here. The Bulldozer, he's checked in for Shorty. Red Hot comes in for prime time. Dubs checked in for ABC. And it's Prince in for Thunder. It's tipped. From deep three-point range. Rebounded by Kansas City.
And when you are as good a shooter as he is, you have to have the confidence to take that shot. It might not always fall.
And for most guys, I think you only want to take that shot if you've hit a few in a row. That is absolutely a heat check.
And so Kansas City now. The Bulldozer passes to Butler. Here's Prince, rejected by Harris. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Harris. ABC's checked in for Butler. Clock at 6, and it's Prince penetrating.
Gives the team such a great element having a one guard who can get to the 10.
Certainly something every team wants to have.
Well, you love it. Fearless, aggressive, leaving no doubt whatsoever.
Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over. And Greg, some star big men have complained that they get hacked all game long. But they're not getting the foul calls these guards do on the perimeter.
I'd have to agree. I mean, and on a lot of those fouls, the guards get 3 free throws. So something the league might want to take a look at trying to balance things out.
And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played so far. And Harris wide open. He shoots, gets it to go from beyond the arc.
Well, the defense deserves to get burned. Absolutely no excuse for leaving him open.
Dub the pass to Red Hot. Another 3 for Kansas City.
The real come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
And you would expect nothing less from these two, taking pride and making plays.
Prince misses. Spurs trail by 3.
2 minutes remaining.
Prime time, the pass to Big Daddy. The open shot. Harris busts the J after the cagey pass fake. Harris has got 5 points now in the quarter. Ball's knocked loose. Outside Prince. Dub. And he didn't get quite enough under that one. And the Spurs with possession. And again, it's the Spurs from deep.
I'll tell you, you are playing with fire anytime you leave this guy open, and they just got burned.
And here's the fast break. And again, it's San Antonio with a 3.
Timeout.
And let's get your take, guys, on the hustle stats for San Antonio.
They've come out in attack mode on the defensive end. They've applied pressure and forcing turnovers.
One more thing they've done well is challenge shooters and change shots. A lot of blocks early.
And it's Prince penetrating. Shakes off the strong D and gets to the bucket for 2.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Here's ABC. Pass to Big Daddy. Got a hand on it. There's 39 seconds left to play here in the half. That is good, and the Spurs lead is cut down to just 1 on the basket from the Bulldozer.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low. Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
Takes the 3. Good on the three-point shot. Dubs got it all tied up now for the Knights. With the drive. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Gotta take care of the ball. They'll punish you if you're that careless.
That's right, and that's severe punishment right there.
Boy, in a tight game like this, that can change the whole tone. It helps your opponent get into a little bit of a rhythm.
And that's it for the first half of action. What's been a very close game here. Knights lead by 4. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside.
Thanks.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Good to see you back here on our halftime show. Well, actually, we can't see you, but you can see us, but you get it. Ernie Johnson, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal. You're watching the NBA on 2K Sports. Checking out Kansas City. Kenny, give us your take.
The bench scoring has been a big key for them. They came in with energy, and they were able to give the starters a real break because of the way they performed. That's the kind of production every team hopes to have from their second unit.
Shaq, let's get your thoughts on San Antonio.
They did some good things, but not enough. They need to start being more assertive. Go harder to the rim. Generate some free throw opportunities at the very least. Do something.
And that's going to do it for us here. The second half of action is coming your way.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. We've seen a tremendous game from Harris.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
You know, as a coach, you can preach good shot selection, but it's up to the players to execute, and this guy has done just that.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. Here's who Greg Popovich is starting in the second half. They've got prime time. ABC is out there with Captain Clutch, and it's Big Daddy, and it's Harris in at the shooting guard. Kansas City leading by 4. From deep, Prince drops in the tray. Prince has got the first points to start out the third quarter for Kansas City.
Really crisp, intelligent passing to make that basket possible. That should give them a nice little jolt.
Yeah, it has to. They need a jolt, GA.
Well, sometimes it's about taking it into your own hands. That kind of individual play could spark his groove.
You can't get that one.
Not quite enough defense. That time around, just lucky he was off.
Count that one.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
And with a little over a minute gone, the second half is underway. Red Hot the pass to ABC. The rebound by Boatwright. Spurs trail by 3. Here's Big Daddy, and again, it's San Antonio with a 3.
That's 3 of 4 here to start the half.
Here's Dub, and right away they match it with a three-pointer of their own. Dub's got 12.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Well, that three-point shot just gives you so much room to operate on the offensive end.
And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game.
Well, there's a swagger out there. You can see it on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either. And that was a great replay we just saw of our Mobile One block.
And sharp instincts on D there. Just timing when to rise up and swat that one away. And you could see him give a little nod and then just burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
A pair of teammates, Greg, with a terrific feel for each other. Time called here. Kansas City decides to talk it over.
And sometimes from the outside, not always clear what led a coach to call for a timeout.
And as you know, it's what comes after that gives you some sense of what has changed.
And some changes here for Kansas City. Shorty, he's checked in for the Bulldozer. Butler comes in for ABC. And ABC subbed in for Prince. Then for the Spurs. ABC's checked in for Primetime. Big Daddy comes in for Harris. And Big Daddy subbed in for Big Daddy. Kansas City shooting their fourth shot at the foul line here. Big Daddy's checked in for San Antonio. Red Hot comes in for ABC. Spurs trail by 6. That's a 2 from Butler. The rebound by Weatherspoon.
And you're just not going to see him do that very often. Usually when he rises up, there's a guarantee it's going down. And since halftime, this has become an intense ball game.
They are getting after it hard. It has become a real battle out there.
And there is no better way to add to the lead.
Isn't that true, GA, especially when the slam is coming from the point guard?
That's got to be a little bit deflating to the defense, guys. Getting kicked when you're down. My goodness.
Here's Vanderbilt. He can't get it to go. And Kansas City will go the other way with it. Here's Shorty driving the lane.
Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying to get back into a game like this.
Ouch, Greg, that is definitely an emphasis jam. A big apostrophe or exclamation point, maybe even a question mark. His shot was hindered by that momentous Mobile One block.
And that block might serve as a spark for this team. We'll see if it can ignite them.
And so Kansas City now. Butler passes to Red Hot. Launches a 3. The rebound by Weatherspoon. Spurs trail by 8. Passes it to Big Daddy. And that one is stuffed right through.
And Kevin, even though they're down, he's still looking to do the spectacular, and he did.
Well, maybe this is the best time to do it. And that one drops.
I mean, if the defender is going to play off like that, then you know what's going to happen. There are going to be points put on the board.
And it's out of bounds. The Spurs able to retain possession here. And some changes here for Kansas City. Primetime comes in for Red Hot. And Thunder subbed in for Dub. Here's Vanderbilt. He gets it in there.
Assist goes to
Vanderbilt's got his second basket of the night.
Outstanding pass, on time and on target.
Here's Thunder, and he converts the layup. Thunder's got the lead up to 8 now for the Knights.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
And the foul called on Thunder. That's his first foul.
First team foul.
23 seconds left to play here in the third. Shot clock at 6. From past the arc, the shot's good from Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt's got his third bucket of the night. Here's Thunder. Driving inside.
And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game.
Well, there's a swagger out there. You can see it on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either.
Well, deliver the pass where your teammate can do something with it. Nice.
And not so fast. The officials are going to check that shot again and make sure they got it right before we go to the fourth.
Yeah, it's hard to tell on that one, and so a good time to go to the replay and just to make sure if he got it off on time.
And they're keeping the call as is. It was close, but he had not released it before the clock had expired.
Yeah, still better safe than sorry. I think they did the right thing to take another look at it, and if it's so close that you can't tell by the naked eye, might as well go to the slow-mo.
And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, making the game easy for your teammates. All about putting them in a position to score. That's pretty.
And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. ABC is out there with Butler. Then it's Thunder. Then it's Prime Time. And it's ABC in at the two-guard position. Knocks it loose. And the foul called on Thunder. That's foul number 2 for him. Prince is checked in for Kansas City. Then for the Spurs. Primetime's checked in for ABC. Captain Clutch comes in for Big Daddy. And ABC subbed in for Red Hot. Captain Clutch. And that won't go, missing the go-ahead bucket. Here's Butler. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for the Knights.
The mid-range that you've seen from them about as good as it gets, and there has not been a drop-off in the second half.
They've also jumped at every chance to attack the basket tonight. Just terrific penetration.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time. And just tacks a few more points onto their lead with the tomahawk.
That's bringing it down hard. A little over a minute of the fourth quarter gone right now. To the paint, here's Harris, and slam dunk by Harris.
You know, he's been giving them points, but they still can't seem to get over the hump tonight.
The pass to Norman. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
It's been like this all night for both teams. The offenses having their way.
And it is a major disadvantage down the stretch if you can't guard. This may just come down to who has the ball last.
Here's Prince, and he drives in, and he comes up with the deuce. And the Knights lead by 7.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Here's Big Daddy. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. Big Daddy's got 10 points here in the second half. And the Knights call time here. The Knights making some changes. The Bulldozer, he's checked in for Prime Time. Red Hot comes in for Butler, and Dub subbed in for Thunder. All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. Kansas City's coach talked to his team during that timeout. He loves the aggressiveness on D. He said, we're doing a great job of challenging everything they're trying to do. Stay active, talk to each other, don't let up. Kevin?
Thank you, David. And he knocks down the first one. And both free throws good for Prince.
We're still waiting for that first miss from the line this half.
And stolen by Prince. And now here's Prince, the fast break opportunity. Pass to Dub. Here's the Bulldozer. Kicks it out to Prince. Passes it to Red Hot. 6 to shoot. A 3. Drills the three-pointer. Red Hot's got the lead up to 10 now for the Knights.
The man has no heart, and that's poor defense for a team that has a long ways.
Oh!
He's put on a show for these fans.
I can't believe he pulled that one out in the course of an actual game. And stolen by Prince.
2 minutes remaining in the game. 2 minutes.
There's the pass to Dub. There's the triple. Another three for Kansas City.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
One thing we've learned in the NBA, the game is never over. So you've got to continue to score, continue to build your lead. Great finish. What a setup. Terrific ball movement there.
Pass to Red Hot. Here he goes.
Spurs foul. Second personal foul.
And the NBA dress code introduced back in 2005. Now, player attire straying a bit from business casual. Does that bother you, Greg?
You know, it doesn't bother me because that's where we are as a society. But, man, I can tell you, when I first came in the league, you get fined if you didn't wear dress socks with your suit. So we have come a long way in terms of the evolution of fashion. And you know what? I'm not one for stopping progress.
And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Foul. Fourth team foul.
Yeah, the defender all over him.
At the line for Kansas City.
First one falls for him. For a number of seasons, offensive output, Greg, has been on the rise, as we've seen. But last year, it went to a whole different level.
I mean, how about 2 years ago with Dallas? They had the greatest offensive season since all the way back in 1973, averaging over 116 points per 100 possessions. Get this, last year, 7 teams beat that record. And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for the Knights.
You know, their big advantage was points in the paint.
And they found a way to pound the ball inside.
Yeah, I think that one closes the door on any comeback hopes. Impressive performance.
To me, they just looked a step quicker out there. They certainly look to want it more than their opponent.
Here's Harris. Again, the Spurs good for 2.
And you can appreciate the fight now, but it isn't how they came into the game.
No doubt. It felt like they were a little tight for much of the evening. Now they're in a better flow, but it may be too little too late.
Here's Red Hot going inside.
And once they smelled blood in the water, you could see the killer instinct take over.
And you want to save your best for last. Tonight, they've done that and then some.
Knocked away. And Prince with a clear path to the hoop. And good that time. And the Knights lead by 16.
And that's an example of playing big, adapting to the situation.
Well, major height disadvantage. He recognizes that and still able to score it.
And so Kansas City takes the win. They won this game going away. They were the better basketball team by far tonight.
And you got to commend this sort of dominance, particularly here at home. It's a great feeling when you play almost a perfect game and to have that crowd be so pumped up.
And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, and the rest of our terrific crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. See you next time.